Hi, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I talk about traveling and I'm been traveling for about 3 months now, and this is the fifth country in a row. Not that it's something that I really look for, so like collecting, as I said before, many stamps in the passport, but it's just how it is right now. The plan at the beginning, it wasn't really clear, and my idea was to try to stay around for at least 3 months, so mission accomplished. Anyway, yeah, this is an important video because I'm gonna talk about 1 month in India, and in particular how much I spent for 1 month in India. I've done a previous video in Italian talking about euro, so now I'm gonna talk about British pound. Okay, well, I'm probably gonna do another video because obviously India is quite a lot. It's such a travel, there's a lot to say, there's a lot to do, and 1 month is about nothing because moving from, let's say, Mumbai to Bangalore, I've done the Karnataka, Goa, Andhra Pradesh, and where Mumbai is. Obviously, there has been many conditions that made me making a decision to finish the travel close when it was about 1 month. Basically, the main one is that rainy season is coming, and normally people say that normally it starts around June, July, it ends at about September, let's say, but in May it was already raining, so it was even earlier than usual. So yeah, backpacking, taking public transport, stay outside all day with bags ended up being a mess because once all your stuff are soaked, then everything is smelly, and is such an hard situation in particular because when you move, you take a bus or a train, etc., especially a bus obviously, which goes on the road. There are a lot of roadworks, there are a lot of roads which are actually closed, or with gravel, with small stones, etc., etc. So yeah, that was the main decision, and also because in my mind I had a kind of trip on my way back to Europe, let's say, or even UK or Italy, so that was the right time. Anyway, is already few minutes now, so let's focus on how much I spent. I think it's as I said before, for the other 2 months of traveling, especially for example 1 month in Egypt, is something interesting because many people always question about this long travel, no? Because obviously if you think about a holiday, a short holiday, which can be 1 week, or if you're lucky 2 weeks, or maybe once or twice in a life 3 weeks, let's say, is gonna be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Or if you have a huge fly, if you go to, I don't know, another continent, or really far, can be 4, 5, etc. It depends on how much you want to spend, how much you earn, etc. And as I said before, traveling in this way is different, so you can't really consider to do this cost for the amount of weeks or months that you are out, because everything is different, and I try to go cheaply. So that's why this kind of video are interesting, because I think that you can really understand if this is affordable or not. So first of all for me, but also for all the people that want to maybe do something similar in the future, or they think about all of these, maybe all these people on YouTube that do similar things, and then you just give up because you think that this is not possible. Okay, let's start. I'm gonna say that there were few factors that had a huge influence on the final amount of money. First of all, I'm gonna say now because maybe I'm gonna forget at the end. Anyway, I've done 8 nights in 2 different workways. And I stayed in India 1 month from the 6th of May to the 8th of June, no? Last week, 2 weeks ago, right now. So in 32 nights, 33 days, a fourth of the whole trip I didn't pay accommodation. This is quite important to say because obviously it makes a difference on the amount. So workaway, not couchsurfing, but 2 workaways in the countryside. Nice experiences. I'm gonna tell more in another video maybe. So accommodation, and not only, also the food and the transport and all the normal expenses that you can have during a trip on yourself, on your own, or maybe just a normal holiday. So 0 in that days, especially because then you get small things like, I don't know, yeah, you go to buy some food and they say, okay, you helped us, so you can have a juice, you can have something, you don't pay, we went for a chai, etc, etc. All of these small things make a difference in a long term. This is a small thing I want to say. When I'm on my own, like yesterday, for example, I took a day off, let's say, from this place which I'm now in Oman in couchsurfing. I went to a mall because outside is so hot, and I ended up spending not a lot because obviously I'm saving, but if I stayed home, obviously all of these were actually saved money. But anyway, obviously sometimes you want a treat, you want to eat something more or something better, or etc, etc. So it's quite normal. I'm not saying really new things. These things we all know. Sometimes we need, sometimes we try to save, etc. But in the economy of long travel, this is quite important. So try not to take 3-4 chais a day if you go in India, or even after, because then once you try the chai, then it's gonna be your new kind of drug. Okay. Anyway, work away. I say that, and the second thing that I want to say is that I could spend less money. I could spend more money, but I could spend also not a lot, but a bit less money than that, because 2 main factors I need to say and I need to consider. First is that my start, the start of a trip in Mumbai, I wasn't too clever, and then obviously when you go for the first time in a new place, you don't know how it works, especially about the money, because I'm not used to take a lot of information before to go, just enough to go, to start, but then I want to discover what's going on. I think it's just natural. I don't really enjoy to stay all day to look on videos, etc., even if I did before leaving. Anyway, I had a couchsurfing, so a couchsurfer booked, but then at the really end, this couchsurfer, I probably said already in the previous video, only in the Italian one, this couchsurfer said, okay, I wish you can stay naked as well, like me, because I like to stay naked at home. No problem about that. I only have 1 bed, and possibly we will host other people, and my request is always that everyone has to stay naked. Then obviously he said no, only if you feel confident, etc, etc. But the fact is that this guy had also a few great reviews, and I'm not the kind of guy which have many which want to judge people about these things, because obviously when you travel and you want and you have to be open-minded. But I simply say I don't want to start like that, because you never know, because I don't know about India, I don't know about people, I don't want to care about all people said about harassment, etc., because I'm a boy, and I think that at least you can feel safer in many different situations compared to a girl. But then it depends, obviously, in too many factors that I don't want to consider now. Anyway, yeah, also I was coming from a few weeks in hostels in general, capsule hostels, places in the Emirates. So I needed, I wanted to, that's why I was looking for a host. I wanted a place to stay with a bit of comfort, because simply sometimes you need it. Probably because I'm 34, I'm gonna be 35 in a few months. Probably because it's just that you get tired after months. But I think that in the economy of my trip is okay, it's fine, because this can compromise the rest of the time and the travel as well. So at the time I say no, I want to select and to choose an Airbnb, which was not the worst decision, but it has a great influence of my expenses of the month, because it has been the first and only Airbnb in India, and also I'm gonna say yes, also in the world travel in 3 months, because it simply doesn't fit too much, and it doesn't fit really good with this kind of travel, because Airbnb can be cheap, can be cheaply compared to hotels if you are in July in a touristic place. Is normally really nice, because if you get places in the countryside, villa, all these kind of things, and you get the experience as well, because normally obviously you are hosted by people in their home. So I'm really looking for this in the future, maybe also for myself and for my family, but it wasn't that the case, because then I realized that £59, so £60 for a week in India is way too much. So the just to to let you know, to let you understand, the most expensive place where I stayed on all the time of the travel then has been a hotel, a really nice hotel at the really end in last night in Bangalore, and I spent around £5. So this about £8-9 a day a night in the Airbnb has been too much. But in some way I then balanced this with Workaways experiences, which ended up being really cool. So I'm okay with that, but I just want to say that I could spend even more, let's say 25-30 pounds, that's possible. Okay, it's fine, that's life, that's traveling. Anyway, this Airbnb has been nice anyway, because finding a place in Kardanda in a really local neighborhood, typical, let's say, for a start, I had the really inside view of the way of living of the people. So in a city like Mumbai, you want also to experience that. So I was happy about that, especially because then there was this family in my like next door, in the same floor, which helped me, because at the beginning you don't have the SIM card, I don't have the SIM card. Yeah, you get some money, some cash, but you normally had few problems, especially maybe talking with people, maybe you ended up in a place where no one talking English, or for example in India is not easy to find the address of the places, and this was a private house in a neighborhood with a lot of small shops and stalls. So they helped me, and also another guy which was selling some food on the road. They helped me to find the place, and they host me as well. This family, I mean, They say, okay, come inside because you look tired. I was wet as well, sweaty. From the airport to the train station to there, I took a tuk-tuk and 2 buses. So also the tuk-tuk ended up being too expensive for me, because I say I was tired, it was late, and I lost a bus. So I say, okay, 100 rupees is okay, let's go. But then 100 rupees, I didn't spend this amount of money anymore for a tuk-tuk or even for a bus. So maybe it has to be 20 or 30. But it's okay, this as well. Anyway, 100 rupees is €2, so 1.57 pound. Is okay. Yeah, that family helped me a lot, so thank you very much if anyone get to see this video, because the lady, not the lady, that was a young girl, she could talk a good English, and also they were really nice with food and water for me. Okay, say that, yeah, this was one of the reasons why I spent a little bit more than what it ended up to be the ideal amount of money. And then the other thing is that the flight. I'm not gonna regret the flight of Etihad, because it has been right now the best experience as a flight travel. Don't mind, doesn't matter all the problems, and especially this week what happened with India Air flight, etc. Etihad has been just amazing, because it was a cheap economy flight of around 50 pounds. So normally I spend less, okay, but that was at that time the cheapest flight ticket for going in that side of the world. So I was okay with that. But I discovered, obviously, yeah, in the Airbus, I discovered another way of traveling. So, yeah, pillow, blanket, a nice sofa, let's say, TV, and your earplugs, your headphones, a meal, all the drinks you want. So, better than that, I couldn't really travel. So I'm happy to have spent 50 pounds, around 50 pounds. I think that yeah, what we can say before to start is that's it, is done. So the factors that had a contribution on how much I spent. Anyway, so the currency once again in this travel. This is not random, but obviously has been chosen, but also discovered, because I didn't really know at the beginning. This is another cheap travel, cheap destination, and once again the currency is good for us, which comes from that side of the world. So I'm talking Europe, UK, etc. So for example, now I'm in Oman. Is the first time that the currency is opposite. I want to explain this because €1 is for example, Riyal here in Oman, Riyal Oman is 2.29 euro, so it's more euro than a real. Or in all the previous travel, so from Morocco on to here to India, has been the opposite. So in this case, 1 rupee, Indian rupee, was 0.01 euro. Gonna say the pound, obviously. 1 rupee is 0.0086. So 0.01 we can say, or 0.009 pound. So you understand that a chai, so a coffee, no, something from a cafeteria, we can say, in really general way, is around 10 rupees or even 5 rupees. So you don't get this coffee or tea in UK, obviously, or in Italy or any other parts of the world. This is really generic, but I don't want to sound too boring about this. Okay, I say that I've been there for 33 days, and this is the currency. Once again, I'm not gonna consider the commissions from the ATM cash that I took with my Revolt card, because in India I only took cash 2 times and I didn't have any commissions. Good, 2 times, because the amount of money that I had in my mind ended up being great for all the month, good for all the month, to cover all the month. And also, yeah, I didn't see any commissions anywhere, which is good always, because in previous experiences I had to change to try to find the right cash machine for me. And also it didn't work 2 times in Egypt, in particular in Aswan. Anyway, there are many kind of cards, I mean travel cards, and all of these new tools, all these new devices for travel, let's say. I mean, credit card, debit card, travel card, etc., etc. You can literally do a video on this, and maybe one day also I will do. Yeah, that's an idea. I'm gonna write down this. I will do a video with what I carried with me for traveling 3, 4, 5, 6 months. Okay. Anyway, let's go on. 33 days. Oh, sorry. 33 days. I'm gonna find a new comfier position, because yeah, the last few videos has been with this t-shirt, with this beard and hairs, and with this background, with the fun going on, because not because it has been recorded on the same day, but because I'm spending a few days quite resting, because outside in Oman, in Muscat, is 45 degrees today, and it's been around 40 last few days. And also because this is a stage, well, a stop for slowly then going back to Europe, let's say, and I'm facing all the travel. So from tonight I'm gonna go to the airport and continue on the next destination. In particular, the first one is going to be Turkey. So I've been outside, I've been to see Muscat, and also I had an enjoyable night, and also a day out, 2 days out, with the guy that hosted me, and a few neighbors and people. But yeah, I had also time to spend in this way, so a bit of social media, and also writing and all the things that I'm doing now. Anyway, okay, 33 days, let's go, because it's 22 minutes now. Let's go talking about numbers, which is really interesting. So I spent 760 rupees, Indian rupees, which is 207.37 pound, British pound. So I spent 23,760 rupees, which is 207.35 British pound. This is the total amount. So all I spent in 33 days, 32 nights, 33 days, 200 pounds. So I think this is quite impressive, and is a good result. I'm happy about that. In this video as well, I'm doing a total without the transport and a total with the transport. That's why in this case I want to highlight the fact that the transport is good because it's cheap, and also I can add that you can reach any small places in a small village in basically most of them in India with public transport, with the train, in the railways, etc., etc. And so if, for example, in the Emirates, the amount is impressive because the difference is impressive because the total with the transport has been more than twice the total. In this case is really less, something around 50 euro or pound. So that's why I'm still doing the difference between the two total, just for highlighting this. So how the transport can make a difference on the total amount. So in this case, this was this 207 pound was the amount without the total without the transport, which included also the flight in this case. Otherwise, it could be really less than that, around 20 pound possibly. So the total with the transport and the flight has been 321.07. This is the euro. So 273.28 pound. So in 33 days I spent with transport. So the actual total 273 pound, 0.28 pound. Okay, I think it's quite impressive. I think most of the people spend this amount of money when they go somewhere daily, maybe in a couple of days. So if you are brave enough, it can be also daily or rich enough. Okay, so in 1 month, 33 days, more than 1 month, 273 pounds. Okay, and I had food and I slept, so I mean, and I moved a lot, so I think it's quite impressive. We can say something about the attractions, for example. Attractions, I mean that in Egypt, for example, I had obviously to see all the main attraction between from the pyramids of Giza to the temples of Luxor to the King's Valley to Aswan to all the rest. In India, no. Obviously, you can go for many destinations and places, museums, temples, etc., where there are ceremonies. There are if you ended up in a public holiday or something like that, or even simply pay a ticket to go to see something. Even in Hampi, for example, where then I'm gonna do a video about all of these interesting things in India. Hampi, where it's all about obviously going to see things, temples and historic places. I decided to not pay 10 times what locals or even 20 times what local paid to see a temple that is about the same under my eyes, from my point of view, than the temple just outside that. So obviously then if you take a guide and you do a tour and they explain you everything, you really maybe appreciate to have spent 700-600 rupees. But I simply thought that this wasn't worth, so I decided to skip all of this. So from the tuk-tuk to the guided tour to pay the ticket for that. In Hampi, I've seen tourists doing that because this is a touristic thing to do. So at the end of the trip, then these people spend 10 times what I spent. So and they see a lot less, because from my point of view, then the interest that you put on this experience, on that experience, is slightly, well, no, is a lot less than the experience that I get and the attention and the awareness that I put as effort in a trip like I do. So today I think there is another way of traveling. So obviously if you go in Rome and you want to go to see the Vatican Museum, this is money worth to spend. But in a temple, which is like the temple in front, to me 700 rupees is not fair, and I'm not gonna spend it. So this, for example, is another thing that is useful for solo travelers or also any other traveler. Okay, anyway, then someone else is gonna maybe can say no, because that temple in Hampi maybe you have lost the best attraction in the world. Anyway, okay, that was the total, which end up be, because this is the most important data, I think, daily. So what was the daily cost of a travel like that? So the daily total without transport has been 6.28 pound. So my idea at the beginning was, my hope was around 10 pound, and then it became between 10 and 15. Has been okay since until the Emirates. This time has been really good, because 10, 15, I'm talking about euro, so 7, 8, let's say pound, so between 7, 8 and 10, 12. So 6.28 pound a day is a good result, and also with the transport, so what I really spent is less than 10 euro, is 8.28 pound a day. So my travel in India in 33 days, I spent 8.28, an average of 8.28 pound a day. Okay, that's the video. That's 31 minutes, so I think is more than enough. Anyway, what I can say to end this video about India, I can say that I can do other 10 videos about India and I'm gonna do one for sure, because I had all of this to say, because obviously I haven't talked too much about the proper travel, where I've been, what I've done, which has been the best experiences, how many people who I met, how is the food, where you can go, and practical daily things like using a QR code to pay or not to pay, or how is the behavior of the people, and many things that you can see when you arrive, so the garbage and the way of living, and etc. But anyway, there is something that I already miss about India, because it's just a huge country, it's like a continent, and 1 month is nothing. Basically, I've been in no more than 12 cities, villages, places, and 1 month just went away. So yeah, even if it's such a travel which is not easy, if it's your first travel after Egypt, everything is possible, remember that. So if you have been in Egypt for more than 2 weeks, let's say, then you can be ready for India. And then I met few Indians in UK as well, and in Emirates as well, so everything get you ready for going there and to really appreciate the travel. You need to leave home a lot of things that you say, that you think about people, about travel, etc. But because then, if you aren't really open-minded, you will struggle. You will struggle because it's hot, it's humid. It's not hot like here in Oman or Emirates, but it's humid. The feeling is that you are breathless and you're gonna die soon because then everything smells, the road is full of garbage, and then animals, you can't touch a cow because it's like God. So you find in your neighborhood cows going around, so obviously there is poo and a lot of other things, and people can be really noisy and annoying you, etc. But all of these doesn't stop you to want to go there, because there is something, not only the chai, that is just take you and you want to go back. I don't know how to explain, it's difficult. But now, after 1 week, I know that if everything goes well and my life allow me to do these things one more time, at least I will go there to see other places and to continue the travel that need to be longer than 1 month. Okay, so go in India, enjoy India, be open-minded and try to get the best experience. So avoid touristic things, or if you do it, then balance that with something real, with something local, because this is the way that I can suggest, because at the end when you do the total is gonna be good for you. Okay, thanks for watching this video. Maybe I've not been too clear or too smooth on my talking, but anyway, I hope that the message is clear. So that what I want to say is that you can do it. Okay, thanks again, and see you in the next video. That is gonna be for sure the 1 month in India. Okay, with all I've done and all I've seen. Bye bye, goodbye everyone.